on the ground as usual. This is the perfect type of bridge to camp underneath of. There's so many options for hanging a hammock, and mine requires a fairly specific length because if it's too short, it will just sag on the ground. And if it's too far, obviously you can't tie it when it comes up. That'll be great. I'll set up hammock a little bit later once I'm satisfied nobody's going to come walking down these trails or quads or whatever. But I'm thinking maybe somewhere in there could be nice. I don't want it too hot, but it's okay. I'm going to get some stuff out of the bag here. All the salty sea air has this thing pretty rusty, and it should be pretty calm tonight, so I'm not too worried. I've got my thermocell for the bugs if they come out tonight. I'm noticing a disturbing amount of little holes in the ground, and so something lives here. So I'm really glad I got the hammock. There's a little store right up there, and I'm going to grab some step twos and some food. I just brought really simple cooking stuff tonight, just a pot and that stove. So hopefully there's something in there that's going to work. Okay. You can see where the old bridge was. They've done a lot of brickwork like this type. Seems to be the whole province built everything like that with bricks hundreds of years ago. But it's really neat to see. Got everything we need. They had a nice cold beer selection in there. Great little place, DJs. I'll get under the bridge, and that'll be the last time I'm out walking around like this. It's the perfect type of road because there's not a lot of traffic, and overnight there should be basically none. Now, I've slept under some busy bridges before, and that really brought out the trolls. I'm assessing where to put this hammock because there's these stalactites from all these drips. So I can visibly see where the drips would cause a problem, and trying to avoid the spiders because it's a juicy one. Apologies to anybody that's scared of spiders, but yeah, some of them out here, they got like thoraxes like ping pong balls. It's unbelievable. I don't see any of those little gopher hole things, so nothing should pop out and bite me at night. But this will probably work without me being too high off the ground. We'll give it a try. I'm gonna trust that with my life. I'm not gonna fully set it up, but I'm gonna sit on it, make sure I don't touch the ground. That's not good. I gotta raise this up a little bit. Big shout out to Louis for recommending this spot to me. I planned on kind of camping with him tonight, but stealth is just too tricky with two people. It's bad enough when I'm talking to him, let alone when you got somebody else here with you and you're yakking. And I probably get more beers done than filming. Oh yeah. Okay. This should do. Hammocks are always a primo choice for windy, stormy conditions. With this, with Hennessy hammock with this integrated fly, when it's pulled down nice and tight, the wind really doesn't come up. It keeps me very comfortable and dry. Okay. Okay. Nice. This is incredible. This is the first time I've set up a hammock not on a tree, so there's no tree sway. This is rock solid, and the rope grips the metal nice and tight. I don't have to use tree straps to protect the bark on the tree. This is where it's at. This is amazing. There's a trail right there, and I'm not the first person that's been here because I'm seeing Wonder Bar Wrapper, Classic Fork. That'll be coming out of here when we leave. But if anybody comes down this trail, I'm just gonna cover this back up a little bit so that it might not look like a full-blown squatting setup. What could go wrong? I don't like the friction of this rope on that rusty beam. Seafood plant off in the distance. A lot of hard-working men and women out there, making sure that we've got ample shellfish. And house over there. And a few more. Enough about my bridge, more about the river. Yes, I'm certain it's teeming with fish. There is literally a seafood plant right there, 2 blocks away. So there's got to be some fish around here. But I'm not a skilled angler. In fact, it would be humiliating. I need a little privacy learning how to fish and not doing it in front of a million people. Yes, you go down the river, hang out. I should grab a too as well. Oh, nice and frosty. This is good to know. Where that chunk of concrete is, that's where that house over there, the windows can see me. So I'll keep most of the activity over there. And I didn't see a vehicle there. Didn't look like anybody was home, but they may come home. The tide comes up to here, I'm guessing. And yeah, that's pretty wet. That's slippery. This is majorly slippery. I'm going to stay off of the wet rocks and just kind of chill somewhere where I'm not going to fall and hurt myself. Crazy neighbor had a fall and he's hurt himself. So I'll just get back to that rock, crack this beer, and give you guys the update. It's as if this was placed here just for me. So I got a call a couple of days ago, and crazy neighbor had fell while he was cleaning his Harley, and he shattered his pelvis and broke his femur. So he's had surgery, and we're all wishing him a speedy recovery. So this is to crazy neighbor. Cheers, and to all of you guys as well. Oh, that is refreshing. Wow, that's the Sapporo for a really hot day when it's really cold. It's nice and dry, really light tasting. But anyway, yes, crazy neighbor. So the surgery was a good success, and he should be back home getting through a physio recovery, and that will be good. So let's all just keep him in our thoughts for a full recovery, because I need this guy climbing mountains with me and going down rivers. We can't have him in a walker. We gotta make sure he does okay here, guys.
For 5-star backyards, Yellowwood brand pressure treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
I'm John. I wanted to smoke for years. I tried several different times. Nothing seemed to work for me, but I didn't give up. Eventually, I found the right doctor, and together we came up with a plan that finally worked by using 2 quit smoking medicines and getting counseling. My tip is, keep trying. You only have to quit for good once.
You can quit. For free help, text QUIT NOW to 333-888.
Looks like the end of a hard day of work over at the seafood plant, and they're packing up, getting ready to leave. And it's getting cool. It's that time of year, but it's not nearly as bad out on the east coast as on the west. And actually in Alberta specifically, like right now, they're getting frost like at night, and then in the daytime it's 25, 30 above and smoky. So kind of taking my time getting back to that. I'm interested to see what the rest of the country is going to be like for climate, and we're probably leaving in about a week. I've been saying that for like months now, but time moves a little slower here. I can definitely see the appeal. There's obviously a lot of way cooler spots. I could have strung the hammock, but it's just not safe. The tide comes up, and those first piles will be like covered. You have to swim to get out there. And I'm not a trapeze artist or an acrobat or a slackliner. In fact, I have trouble just navigating normal day-to-day life without dropping something or slipping. So we're just playing it safe. And for those other daredevils out there, you do you, but I'm going to keep it nice and safe and close to the ground today. Mosquitoes are about to get very bad, I can just tell. The Thermacell insect repellent, a couple of times, there's been a couple of spots where it was just too many mosquitoes. One of which was on that bike trip, actually. I had the Thermacell going on the Van Highway, and I still had to swap them away. So it's a different breed out here or something, and I'm going to get that going sooner rather than later. Fresh cartridge. One of them bit me while I was setting up the repellent. I wasn't sure how bad they would be. I figured probably pretty bad. But all this water here, which there's a lot of, it's tidal, so it's got to be brackish. And I didn't think they'd be able to like breathe in that. But there's an awful lot of swampy looking stuff. Let the fumigating begin. I'm hanging out here because there's less grass where they seem to like to hide. And I couldn't believe that last trip when I pulled out that deep free insect repellent. Yeah, that doesn't work. But I don't know how it ended up in my camping gear. I got bins with camping gear, and there's no possible way I ever would have bought that. For the amount of spiders out here, they're really not doing a good job with these mosquitoes. They're huge. They've got like biceps. I wouldn't be surprised if I heard one walking like a dog on a kitchen floor. Whatever's dripping down and calcifying and encrusting this looks disgusting. I'm not going to touch it with my bare hands. Oh yeah, it's hard. It's got to be like a calcium of some type. Maybe the road salt they use, I don't know. But yeah, it scared me when I saw that. Oh, okay, I looked it up. Yeah, mosquitoes breed in fresh and salt water. Oh, Steve, you sure know how to pick these spots. So for future reference, if anybody is wondering, yeah, a river delta going out to the ocean with a tidal marsh is not a good mosquito-free zone. And the things I'm learning being a prairie boy out on the coast. What I look for in a hammock is an all-in-one hammock. So this got the mosquito net built right in. It's got the flyover top, and these nifty little snakeskin things. You can set up and tear it on a breeze. Because I'm disorganized, and I would lose a mosquito net, or I'd forget to bring it with me. So this just packs up nice and handy. A bunch of models out there. This happens to be a Hennessy, but there's some comparable hammocks out there. And real glad I brought it. Usually under a bridge like this, I would just put up a cot and sleep right on the ground because you've got shelter. It's a bridge, right? I'm glad I didn't do that today. The mosquitoes are ramping up severely. That one that got me, it's itching already. But the back of my car is loaded with camping gear, as you might expect. So I was kind of prepared for whatever might be down here. And luckily with these beams and girders that I could tie onto, it made this possible. So I just grabbed this, put it in the backpack, and came down. If they didn't have these girders here, depending on mosquitoes, I might be calling it tonight and going back home. But fortunate so far.
Shut up.
I keep hearing what sounds like a child giggling or laughing.